That's why he was just telling us don't talk to you because you follow them around.
He said don't talk to me?
Yeah.
Which one said it? The redhead?
The one that was talking.
He said don't talk to me?
Yeah.
When it was over?
Yeah, just there. He was like, that guy's right there recording, so don't talk to him. That's why he leaned in and was just whispering when he was taking the cuffs off.
Oh, I file a complaint on that too. I mean, come on, that's outrageous, right? I was walking down the street when I saw flashing lights. When I got about a half block away from the stop, I recognized the officers involved. It took about a minute before the officers recognized me. 90 seconds later, the search came to a completion, and it was at that point the officers started removing the cuffs. While removing the cuffs from the subjects, one of the officers reached in and whispered to the subjects, "Don't talk to him," referring to me. Now here's the thing. If an officer is confident in their policing, they shouldn't have to tell subjects not to talk to people who are recording the incident. In this case, the officers didn't want these kids telling the story. Why? Because it involved biased policing, an illegal search, illegal handcuffing, and on top of that, intimidation. In fact, I have quite a history with these two officers. That is Officer Podkowski and Officer Quintanilla. Yes.
Isabel, here now identified, figure out how to trace it to the USA gas station. One shot was fired at her vehicle.
Hey.
Yeah, bro. You alright?
Yeah.
What was that about? You had your dog there? I'm surprised they didn't handcuff your dog too. What was it for? What was the ticket for? I write them up. Like these cops, I know them. They know what's up. They're gonna get written up for this. They're not supposed to have you in handcuffing this unless there's a likelihood of arrest and transport back to the station. They put people in handcuffs as part of regular routine. They're not supposed to do that. So if it's for weed or a registration, they're not supposed to do that. They probably searched your car, probably even went under your hood too. Did they search your car?
Uh-huh.
They went under the hood? Where was the ticket? Registration. Can you imagine? Okay, so registration, if you was in Beverly Hills, you think they doing all that? You get pulled over for a registration?
That's what I was saying.
So they know what's up. I'm filing a complaint on them for this. I do it on these specific cops. I filed at least 12 of these complaints.
Yeah, that's why he was just telling us don't talk to you because you follow them around.
He said don't talk to me?
Yeah.
Which one said it? The redhead?
The one that was talking.
He said don't talk to me?
Yeah.
When it was over?
Yeah, just there. He was like, that guy's right there recording, so don't talk to him. That's why he leaned in and was just whispering when he was taking the cuffs off.
Oh, I file a complaint on that too. I mean, come on, that's outrageous, right? And you know, I'm gonna tell you what I do. I filmed 600 of these stops right along this boulevard from La Brea to Vine. 600 in the last 5 months. 90% of the stops are black people. Of those 90%, 95% have been put in handcuffs. I'm talking about for not using a right turn signal, handcuffs. Jaywalking, handcuffs. Walking down the street smoking weed.
That's what I said. I'm like, damn. He's like, you're not being arrested. You just been for what?
No, but if you're not being arrested, they shouldn't have you in
Hey, come
handcuffs.
here.
Where you from?
We from Dallas.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. You leave this boulevard right here, that will never happen to you. The rest of LA, it's just right along here. This task force that's along here, they're about to get cut. And they're trying to justify their jobs by, they're just desperately looking for guns. Everything they do is looking for guns. So they do it like...
the second time they pulled me over, talking about it's way out of...
But this is a rental car.
Yeah. The fucking tag say
Oh my God. It's a, wait. So it was that blonde cop who said, don't talk to me? He said, don't talk to me. I know that sounded kind of weird, right? And I've heard them say that before, but...
I seen you recording, and when I seen you record, I felt more comfortable. Then that's when he whispered, he was like, oh yeah, he's over there, he always follows him around. Don't talk to him.
And you know what? I don't follow. The easiest thing is, I just went to Starbucks here.
Right.
This is all I do. I live over here. I walk down there, and I just bump into these things.
Right.
It's not like I'm out here chasing all the times of night, but this is what they do all night long, and this ain't right, man. Come on. What in your life you ever been handcuffed for a registration? Can I take a picture of that ticket, too? I'll get that ticket squashed for you. I work with old lawyers.
Nah, he said it ain't a ticket. It's just a warning.
Oh, warning.
And still though, my thing is, how in the world they double back and say they got up for registration, then say they see marijuana containers in the car, and it ain't nothing but the tray right there.
Wait, I want to see, what is the violation even for?
He didn't really say.
You don't even know.
Registration.
He said registration.
They say registration because they say we could put this car is 6 months behind or some shit. They could tow it.
He got
That's some bullshit. Cause y'all, why wouldn't you tow it if you could? Like,
bullshit.
why are you giving me a break because it's parked?
violation. So they put the
drive the motherfucker.
Yeah, you know we're gonna have to move it. So
I mean, shit, I'll move it for you if you need it. I mean, what the hell? There's no reason you can't move. It's a rental car and your license is good. There's no reason. Why the fuck did they pull you over? I'm looking at that sticker.
We just been sitting here. This car ain't moved in about 2-3 hours. This car ain't moving.
I'm telling y'all why he did it, bro. Look, when he rolled past,
I know
he went on the passenger seat, he was looking straight in my face. And you know me, I'm gonna stare back. I'm like, shit, I don't give a fuck about you being on police. I'm looking at him too.
doing that wrong.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. So shit, when he backed up, I put it in my head. I said, bro, he finna pull up over here. That's what I said. I said, bro, they finna come.
That's why I told her. I said,
And you know the crazy part about that sticker is it's brand new. It just got done 2 months ago, and they talking about registration. And the thing is, you know what? Everything's closed right now. All the clubs are closed. The bars are barely open. Nothing's open. What are y'all in your early 20s?
yeah.
What the fuck? I'm 46. When I was in my 20s, I'd be at the clubs, the bars, hanging out, nothing's open. So what are you supposed to do? They trying to shut down like what little you can do. Nobody's, they picking on the wrong people. You ain't out here doing no fucking problems. Shit, you come out here just to chill out, whatever.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm sorry you guys had to go through that.
I appreciate you for being there.
And you had to do who's off?
Yeah, then I had to stop.
Yeah, I know. I was like, yo,
My shit was like, my shit was shaking. I'm like, damn, bro, I don't like the police. I hate them boys.
and then they brought backup too. It's
Yeah,
like
like three cars. That's what I
That's what they did to me and Gio.
What?
They pulled up.
Come here, man.
Soon we hit the curb, bro. He whoop whoop. I say, damn, Gio.
That's crazy that they be doing that, bro.
And that's the crazy part.
tag that fast though. Talking about you ran the tag. No, you didn't. All
He
you
didn't
did
run
was
the
start
tag.
the car with the light on.
he was making assumptions.
Yeah,
and he
that's
thought,
what it
he
was.
wanted to go over that. He was gonna find. He worried about making an excuse afterwards. He wanted to get you guys in handcuffs and search.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we're worried about it.
He thought he was gonna find something that he ain't have. We ain't got nothing. We ain't from here.
Just
That's
desperate,
crazy.
bro. And he's like very aggressive. He's thirsty. He's always pumping his shotgun. He's always just doing crazy extra.
He need to get out of there.
A lot of times after he pull off, like if it's an intersection, he'll like celebrate by doing a 360 circle and flashing.
Yeah.
He's like, who does that? He's playing a video game. But the thing is, he jumping out, he's gonna end up getting. I've been saying with him personally, he's gonna end up shooting somebody because he's just too much.
Yeah.
He's too extra.
He
You know what they should have did? They should have said, hey guys, whatever. What are you guys doing? All right, have a good night.
That's what the other ones did. Like I said,
they shouldn't even said that. They should have a business to keep on going.
Come here.
nah, for sure. So.
Yeah, and then the other ones, we told him we from out of town. He was like, oh, well, this is what y'all can't do. And he started explaining to us what we can't do. The other dude, he started talking about something, put them in cuffs so I can search. I'm like, what for?
Search, and the thing is to put you in, you need, so they search you, they need probable cause of a crime having been committed or about to be committed. Where's the crime that has been committed? The car's not even being driven, so they can't say, hey, you're driving with marijuana or whatever. Right. If they felt that you were driving with marijuana, then why didn't he give you a sobriety test? Right. So what is the crime that he felt was being committed? Being black? That's the only,
Yeah,
or did you give him consent to search?
Nah.
No, then fuck that. They have no right. So that's a Fourth Amendment violation. That's a LAPD handcuff protocol violation. And most of all, it's bias policing violation. And that's on my hammer on. You get enough of them, they get put on this Brady list, which means that every public defender and every lawyer gets to know that you have had a history of racial bias. That makes it impossible for you to ever testify because you'll be discredited. Right. And if you can't testify in any trial, you can't be a cop. Right. That ends your career. So I'm just trying to end his career because he's young, he's acting this stupid right now.
Right.
Anyway, I'm sorry y'all had to go through this.
Man, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
appreciate so.
So I got an email from an LAPD internal affairs officer asking me to reach out to them because they have questions. Here's the thing. I never answer questions either over the phone or in person. I only answer questions in writing. And there's a reason for that. Their questions are never asked in good faith. Let me show you what I mean. Look at the questions that Internal Affairs sent to me and ask yourself, who can answer these questions about an event that happened a year ago off the top of their head without being able to review the video? Please describe your concerns about the officer's actions during the contact with the males they detained. Where were you when you first saw the incident? Did you see the entire detention? What did you see? Do you know why the officers detained the three males? What was the reason the officers detained the three males? How do you know the reason the officers detained the three males? What was your distance from the officers and the males they detained? Were you close enough to hear the conversation between the officers and the males they detained? What did you hear? Why did you record the officers and the males they detained? Was there something specific the officers did that made you want to record the incident? If yes, what? Why do you believe the officers conducted an illegal search? What part of the search was illegal? What did the officers search that you believe was illegal? Why was it illegal? What did you do after the officers completed the detention and released the three male subjects? Why do you believe the officers engaged in bias policing? What behaviors on the part of the officers do you believe support your allegation of bias policing? What were the actions of officers at scene before, during, and after the stop? Could the officer have seen the race or other applicable bias category prior to the stop? Did the officer conduct a search? What did they search? How long was the detention? Were the windows of the vehicle tinted if driving? What was the window position at the time of stop? What is your definition or understanding of bias policing? What were the statements made by officers that indicate bias? Did an officer provide an explanation for the detention or stop? Again, who can answer those questions about an incident that happened a year prior? Internal Affairs is not asking those questions to get answers about the incident. Internal Affairs is looking for a defense for the officers. Now imagine having to answer those questions, either over the phone or in person, without being able to review the video. That puts you at a disadvantage to the officer. Before an officer gives their interview, they are provided an attorney, and they, with the attorney, are able to review the body-worn video and the dash cam video before they make their statements. This was explained to me by the LAPD complaint supervisor. I was actually able to record our phone call in which he explained to me the protections that are offered to officers prior to a complaint interview. In addition, he explained to me the process and criteria required to sustain a complaint for bias policing.
To me, my perception is the reality is the only way he would ever get a sustained complaint for bias policing, at least on LAPD, is if an officer actually admitted to it, because we're required to activate our body-worn videos. We're required to activate our digital our videos. And as long, and like I said, an officer, when they're accused of bias policing, we have a legal plan where we pay into it with a payroll deduction every week, and we're entitled to an attorney to represent us in an interview and an investigation for allegations, for any allegation, even if it's something really chicken shit, like really low grade, like a minor discourtesy or something like that. And if an officer is, when an officer reviews the body-worn video and reviews their digital in-car video with their attorney prior to being interviewed on an investigation, as long if they're able to simply articulate their probable cause or reasonable suspicion for detaining somebody, absent them admitting to the allegation, like I said, you're likely never going to get a sustained allegation for bias policing against an LAPD officer.
Think about what he just said. He said that the only way that you can sustain a complaint against an LAPD officer for racial profiling or bias policing is if an officer admits to it. And you know what? That's backed up by data in the sense that there has never been an LAPD officer who has had a complaint sustained and upheld for bias policing. Never once in LAPD history. So rather than answer their questions, I decided to just simply create my own timeline and narrative and sent them over the raw video for them to view. For good measure, I made sure to CC the LAPD Commission, the Executive Director of the LAPD Commission, the Inspector General, every member of the LA City Council, as well as blind CC a dozen journalists. I'll keep you updated.